Everyone, this is AJ. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my review for episode 2 of Marvel's What If. So, without further ado, let's get into it. As we know, last week was episode 1 of What If. That was the Peggy Carter story where she became Captain Carter. Now this week in episode 2, we catch up with T'Challa. So this story is, what if T'Challa had become a Star-Lord? So the episode opens with a scene that we know from the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where Peter Quill is stealing the orb. And what's his name comes in and says, you know, he goes, I'm Star-Lord, and he's like, who? Anyway, in this episode, he knows who Star-Lord is. The episode then flashes back to T'Challa as a young child. And, you know, he's a spirited child, and he wants to be an adventurer and explorer, and he wants to explore what's beyond Wakanda. So this sees the young T'Challa step outside the confines of the dome that is hiding and protecting the Wakandan civilization. When he steps outside, he happens to do it at the moment that Yondu and his Ravagers have come to Earth to find Peter Quill. Only Yondu has decided to leave it to a couple of his minions, Taserface and the character played by James Gunn's brother, whose name I can't remember, the character's name. They take T'Challa, and Yondu decides to take him under his wing because of his adventurous spirit, and he wants to see the world. So Yondu's going to show him the universe. The episode then jumps forward. Obviously, T'Challa's grown up. We meet the rest of the Ravagers, who include Thanos. Yes, T'Challa's had an effect on Thanos and taken him off of his pathway of destruction, and he has turned over a leaf, become good, and joined the Ravagers. The Ravagers in this are working for good now because of T'Challa and his outlook on life. He's changed them so that they do rob things, yes, but they rob things for good reasons, to help people out, to essentially like space versions of Robin Hood. They're then approached by a returning Karen Gillan as Nebula, who wants them to steal something from the Collector's Vault, Benicio del Toro's returning character, as from his collection. So they end up going to nowhere, you know, the big skull in space, the head, to see Benicio del Toro. Yeah, a lot occurs. I don't really want to spoil the story for you. I'm going to leave the story there, because if I go into it, I could tell you every beat of the story and what happens, but you need to be watching this. You need to be watching this series. It's wonderful, and it's going to play a big part into what's to come in the Marvel Universe. I know it's very easy to dismiss it because it's an animated series. Believe me, the animation is top notch. It's wonderful. The voice cast, you've got everyone back. You've got Chadwick Boseman, you know, rest in peace. This is his last performance as T'Challa. You've got Josh Brolin return. You've got Benicio del Toro. You've got Karen Gillan, you know, as Nebula. You've got Josh Brolin voicing Thanos. You've got Kurt Russell popping up. Yeah, it's just needs to be watched. I don't want to spoil the story, I really don't. The very end scene sets up it has massive ramifications. I'm talking huge for the Marvel Universe, or this timeline within the Marvel Universe. This is what I said in the last episode, that it needs to get you thinking. Now this ending got you thinking. It's like, oh wow, you know, I never considered that side of it. If Peter Quill wasn't picked up, you know, it's sort of like a little offshoot, sort of like, what if Peter Quill wasn't taken by Yondu? yeah, it needs to be watched. This was a fabulous episode. It was well paced. It had good action. It had good animation. It was colourful. It had surprise cameo appearances from original voice casts. You know, the people who make this, they know Marvel. They love Marvel. They love the films. You know that you get that from the films anyway. But this just it's on another level for animation for Marvel TV. In comparison to the first episode, which I loved, this is far superior because it gets that going. Please, you need to watch this series. I can't say anything more about it without spoiling it. I will be reviewing next week's episode. I will be reviewing every episode as it goes, and I expect to see this continuation of story and this growth within it, and a coming together of sorts towards the end. They've got to be leading to something big. They must be. It can't be just single episodes. Not what they seem to be setting up. So anyway, so that was my review. Please tell me in the comments what you thought of this episode if you watched it. If you didn't, tell me why. Why are you not giving this the time of day if you're a Marvel fan? What's the problem? If you're new to the channel and this is your first time visit and you're still here watching, then subscribe. Please hit that notification bell that's down below. Also, it's not a notification bell, it's a subscription button. Press the subscription button down below. Then I was going to say the notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you can be apprised of all my upcoming content. There's going to be tons of it, people. Tons, I tell you. So, anyway, that's it for now. Next week I will be reviewing episode 3 on Wednesday evening. Make sure you come back and tune in. So, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll see you all later. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.